Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're embarking on a really quite remarkable journey. It takes us from, dusty village roads right into a polished city office. And it's all centered around this lifelong dream. We've got this beautiful, really poignant story, The Pilgrim's Mirror, a farmer's journey to humility.
Yeah.
And our mission today really is to uncover the profound lessons it holds about what truly defines a person. So get ready, because we're going to unpack some incredible insights into humanity, judgment, and the power of sincere intention.
And what's so fascinating here, I think, is how this story really acts like a mirror. It doesn't just reflect the main character's virtues, which are considerable, but also, the societal biases we often carry without even realizing it.
Yeah.
It really challenges us, pushes us to look beyond just the surface and think about the deeper meaning of respect and purpose.
Okay, let's get into it then. Our main character is Aslam Khan. So picture this. An elderly farmer, seems very humble, simple, walking from his village to the city. What was this lifelong dream he had, and what had he sacrificed for it?
Right, so Aslam Khan, he was a farmer, pure and simple, never held any kind of official position, wasn't involved in trade. But for, get this, 30 years.
30 years, wow.
Yeah, 30 years. He had meticulously saved every single rupee for the Hajj pilgrimage. And this wasn't just some casual wish, It was, as the story puts it, the light that opened his eyes every morning, the hope in his heart before sleep. He held on to it through everything, good harvest, bad harvest, even times of debt.
That's incredible persistence.
It really is. And he even turned down his son's offer for a fancy Hajj Plus package. Absolutely insisted on doing it with his own money, his own intention, his own sacrifice.
So no special treatment.
None at all. No recommendations, no privileges, which just speaks volumes about his self-respect, his deep devotion, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So as he finally sets out on this huge journey for him, what did he actually carry with him?
Well, he had this old satchel. The fabric was patched up. The zipper was weak.
Okay.
Inside, just 3 sets of clothes, an old Quran Sharif, the holy book, some necessary documents, and, his entire life savings.
Everything he'd saved for 30 years in that bag.
Exactly. But for him, it wasn't just stuff. It was described as the soft shadow of a dream he'd cherished for years. And this simplicity, it really starkly contrasts with what he was about to walk into.
Right. So he arrives at the Hajj office, and it's in a prominent, sort of luxurious part of the city.
Yeah.
Tell us about that environment and the initial reactions he faced.
Yeah, so picture this office. Big banners outside, glass doors, air conditioning blasting, staff in crisp white uniforms. It wasn't completely new to him, city life, but this specific environment was unfamiliar. He kind of knew city people sometimes ignored farmers, but he never expected, especially not for something as sacred as Hajj, that people would judge his intention based on his clothes or how he walked or his old bag.
And this is where it gets really, really interesting, isn't it? How did the people inside actually react when you walked in?
He steps inside and immediately he's hit by this sweet fragrance, the fancy furniture, these very professional smiles.
Okay.
But he instantly felt out of place. His simple white kurta, his slightly soiled pajamas, his mended sandals. People looked at him. Their eyes stopped on him.
But not in a good way.
No, not gazes of respect for his age. They were critical, scrutinizing his clothes, his whole demeanor. 2 young receptionists actually exchanged smiles like he was a joke.
Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah. And a woman in an expensive burqa pulled her child close, whispering, stay away from this old man. He looks like a beggar. And then a young officer, suit looking expensive, just looked him up and down with pure disdain.
That's incredibly disheartening.
Yeah.
Just immediate judgment. So what happened when he finally got to the reception desk?
The receptionist, her face just hardened.
Yeah.
Aslam, very politely, said he was there for Hajj registration, put his ID card down.
What?
She didn't even touch the card, just said curtly, "Old man, this isn't a charity office. Hajj is very expensive." Then she mentions the plus package costing millions. "Don't waste your time. If you need help, go to the municipal office."
Wow. And just dismissed him like that.
Completely. Her colleague was trying not to laugh. Then a security guard steps in, very sternly. "No disturbance tolerated here. If you can't register, leave. This place is for respectable people."
Respectable people, meaning people who look wealthy.
Exactly. Which brings up a really important point. What was going on inside Aslam Khan? How did he react internally to all this humiliation?
Yeah, what was his response?
Well, outwardly, he remained remarkably calm, composed, despite feeling it all, deeply. He wasn't totally surprised, maybe. He knew that in the city, respect often came from clothes, bank balance, phone brand. But still, he'd hoped this place, the place leading to God's house, would be different.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
You would. A place where intention, devotion would matter, where humanity would be appreciated. Then he saw this Arabic verse on the wall behind the reception. Allah knows intentions. And he smiled, like God himself was comforting him. He just prayed silently. Oh, Allah, now patience is your test.
So he didn't lash out, didn't argue, just took it in.
Exactly. He stayed silent, held onto his satchel, almost like an innocent child watching injustice, just sure that the truth would come out eventually. Then another young officer comes over, mockingly says something like, "Good intention, old man, but dreams need money." Brings up the multi-million package again.
Oh, piling on.
Yeah, suggests he find sponsorship, adding, "We don't have schemes like that here." And then laughter breaks out again, people openly mocking him, this old farmer wanting to go to Hajj with apparently no money.
That must have been the absolute lowest point, the peak of their cruelty. What did Aslam do then?
Aslam Khan, despite his age, maybe some aches and pains, he stood perfectly straight. Just radiated dignity, self-respect. He quietly puts the old satchel on the floor, slowly starts to unzip it. The staff are still thinking, he's got old clothes in there, maybe some government form, joking about him pulling out loose change.
They're still mocking him.
Oh, yeah. The security guard even threatens to call the police if anything suspicious comes out.
Right, and here's the big moment. The turn. What did Aslam actually reveal?
As that zipper opens, the laughter just dies.
Yeah.
Every single eye is fixed on his hands. And he slowly starts pulling out bundles of crisp, clean 2,000 rupee notes, wrapped in plastic.
Not just a few.
No, not one, not two. Stacks of them, looking like they just came from the bank. It was like a silence bomb exploded in the room.
I can imagine.
The man who was a joke seconds ago. Now he's this profound question mark. The receptionist actually drops her glass of water. The officer who mocked him, he just looks away, totally ashamed.
And what did Aslam say in that moment with all eyes on him and the money?
He just calmly placed the bundles in the counter and said, very simply, "This is 30 years of hard work, saved rupee by rupee, selling every grain. I am a farmer, not a beggar."
Wow.
Then he adds, "My son is an officer, but I've come to perform Hajj with my own earnings." The whole room just held its breath. The man they'd called a spectacle, a beggar. He'd become their mirror, showing them their own ugliness of character, as the story puts it, their prejudice.
That's an incredible turning of the tables. What else did he share that really drove the point home?
In that same calm, soft voice, he went on, "It took me 30 years to save this. I tilled the land, burned in the sun, got drenched in the rain. But not once," he said, "not once did I extend my hand to anyone. All this I saved for Allah's house with my sweat and blood."
Just laying out the reality of his sacrifice.
Exactly. And he looked at every single person there, their faces now just bowed in shame. But he remained composed. No tremor in his hands, no anger in his voice, just dignity. Patience.
And then came perhaps the biggest shock for them, right? About his son.
Right. He added almost as an afterthought. And yes, one more thing. My son, Irfan Khan, is currently the district magistrate.
The district magistrate. A very senior position.
A very powerful, respected position. But, Aslam stressed, I haven't come here by his name or position. I have come to perform Hajj with my own earnings. I am self-respecting. I don't take charity.
And that just completely flipped the script for everyone in that room.
Oh, absolutely. The color drained from their faces. Disdain instantly became fear, regret, deep, deep shame. Suddenly, they realized the beggar they'd scorned was the father of this powerful, known to be honest officer.
So how did the staff react then, the ones who were mocking him moments before?
Oh, they fell over themselves, rushed to apologize, started offering him VIP service, free registration, anything.
Suddenly he's respectable.
Suddenly he's very important. They were utterly mortified, begging forgiveness, saying, "We didn't know who you were."
And Aslam's response to that sudden change.
It was profound. He just looked at them with those wise, wrinkled eyes and asked the killer question. "If I hadn't been an officer's father, or if I didn't have this money, would your attitude have been the same?"
Oof, that must have hit hard.
Like a stone falling on glass, the story says, left everyone completely speechless. The room that was echoing with mockery just moments before, now filled with this thick silence of guilt, shame, remorse.
So what did Aslam do next? Did he accept their apologies and register? What message did he leave them with?
No, he calmly picked up his ID card, slung that old satchel back over his shoulder, and just slowly started to walk away.
Wow.
His whole bearing just said, there's no point staying here. A place where intention means nothing, where everything's decided by name, clothes, status. A young receptionist, trembling, begged him, "Please stay, forgive us." But Aslam just gently raised his hand and said, "Daughter, The mistake wasn't that you didn't know my son's position.
What was the real mistake then?
He told her, the real mistake was that you didn't see my humanity. And then he walked out, leaving behind this message that must have shaken everyone there who judges people by, how they look.
It's fascinating to think about the immediate aftermath in that office. How did things change the moment he left?
The whole atmosphere just flipped. The staff, so arrogant before, were now hiding their faces in shame. It wasn't just embarrassment. It was like it settled deep into them. Bowed heads, trembling hands, heavy breathing.
Realization dawning.
Yeah. The senior manager even admitted apologies probably weren't enough, and the officer who'd mocked him. He quickly searched for Irfan Khan online. Found a video where Irfan says, "My father is a farmer. He taught me self-respect, how to earn dignity, the courage not to ask anyone for anything."
Oh, that must have felt like a dagger.
Shattered their hearts, apparently. They realized they'd rejected this truly great human being just because of his clothes.
So Aslam just walked away from all that.
Right.
What was going through his mind as he stood outside?
He found some shade under a tree, looked up at the sky, and just prayed silently. Asked Allah to forgive the ones who hurt him and to bring close the ones who understood his heart.
He prayed for them.
Yeah. And he also asked forgiveness for himself if he felt any pain from it. Wished people would remember the lesson. Humanity.
Incredible grace.
Truly. When a staff member rushed out, begging him to come back, Aslam smiled but firmly said, "Son, I never refuse forgiveness. But remember, I will not return to a place where a human is not considered human."
Powerful.
Then he just walked off towards a street where maybe there wasn't fame or status, but where dignity was just given. For being human, his message was crystal clear. Position is temporary. Humanity is forever.
So after that incredibly profound and frankly painful experience, where did Aslam Khan go? He still had his dream to fulfill.
Right. He needed to find another Hajj office. But he wasn't looking for VIP service now or anything luxurious. He just wanted a place where he'd be seen as a person, not a file number or a walking wallet.
Makes sense.
He found it in an older neighborhood. Past dusty shops, weathered buildings, no glitter, no flashy receptionists, no guards, just a simple, humble wooden board. Amin Hajj Umrah Consultancy. Simple service. True intention.
Simple service, true intention.
Yeah.
Quite a contrast. What was the reception like there?
He opened the door, and immediately a young man stood up, welcomed him with genuine respect, offered him water right away.
Just basic human decency?
Exactly. Aslam explained why he was there, Hajj registration. The young man just calmly said, "Filling the form is easy. You fill it. We'll handle the rest. It's okay if the money comes later. We trust your intention."
We trust your intention after what he'd just been through.
It must have been like balm on a wound, wasn't it? Just filled with trust. No suspicion, no probing questions.
Yeah. So how did this place, this second office, handle the practicalities, like the payment? It's such a different approach.
Well, Aslam started to open his satchel, to get the money out. But the young man gently stopped him.
Really?
Yeah. Said, "Old man, first fill the form, open the satchel later. You are our blessing. Your presence itself is an honor for us."
Wow. That's beautiful.
Aslam's eyes apparently welled up, but his face just glowed. He filled out the form, feeling like his prayers were being answered. He didn't even mention the money he had or his son's big job. Why would he need to?
He'd found what he was looking for.
Exactly. Humanity, dignity, selfless conduct, all the things missing from the first place. After the registration was done, the boy just gently said, "Old man, deposit the fees when you have time. We consider you a human first, a customer later."
Human first, customer later. That says it all.
A quiet statement, but it was like this beautiful seal on Aslam Khan's whole lifetime of hard work and faith.
So what about the money then? The savings of 30 years?
Aslam did finally take it out. He said, "Son, this is 30 years of hard work. Today it feels like I've brought it to the right place." And the young man, he didn't even touch the money, just smiled and said, "Our service is also part of Hajj. May Allah accept your intention, and we are proud to have had the opportunity to serve a devotee like you."
Just incredible humility on both sides there. So if we look at the bigger picture, these two offices, what does that contrast really teach us?
Oh, it's stark, isn't it? It just throws into sharp relief the difference between, superficial judgment based on status and looks versus genuine human connection.
Right.
The first office was all transaction, all status, couldn't see past the clothes. The second was about true service, true faith, recognize the person, the sincerity. Aslam learned, didn't he, that real respect isn't in uniforms or fancy titles.
No.
It's in simple words, honest looks, hearts that see character, not just clothes. It really makes you think about how we perceive people, what we value.
Definitely. So Aslam finally secured his Hajj passage at the right place. How did he prepare then, and how did his village react when he got back?
Well, he went back to his village, but he didn't, make a big deal about the bad experience. Didn't boast about his son's position either.
Kept it quiet.
Yeah, just simply said, Allah has accepted my Hajj, now it's time for education. And he started attending Hajj lessons at the old, simple village mosque. Very diligent, taking notes, really wanting to understand the pilgrimage properly. And the imam, the other villagers, they noticed. They saw this unique sincerity in him, this patient dedication. They found it inspiring. He started becoming this really respected figure, a symbol of dignity in their community.
So their perception of him was already shifting, even before they knew the full story of what happened in the city.
Exactly. Then eventually a young man came back from the city and showed Aslam the video of the incident at the first Hajj office, which had apparently gone viral.
Ah, so the story got out.
It did. But Aslam just smiled faintly, said something like, "These videos are temporary. The lessons we teach silently, those last a lifetime." He stressed he wasn't looking for revenge, just wanted to fulfill his intention for Hajj.
Wow.
And hearing that, the village's respect for him just deepened even more. They started calling him Uncle Aslam, who's going for Hajj, with real pride.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, they all pitched in to prepare him, washed his white Ihram clothes, those are the simple, unstitched garments pilgrims wear, cleaned his satchel, held special prayers for him. That same satchel that was spawned in the city, now it was filled with their prayers, their tears, their love.
What a beautiful image. So what was his state of mind as he finally left for the actual pilgrimage?
As he was getting on the bus, someone wanted to take his picture. He gently refused, said, "The intention for Hajj is from the heart, not from a picture."
Consistent right to the end.
Absolutely. Looking out the bus window, his eyes just showed peace, contentment, gratitude. Like he understood that Allah had chosen him, not just for the pilgrimage itself, but maybe to be this mirror for the world, to teach this lesson.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, how did the Hajj journey itself reflect the kind of person he was, the character we've seen?
Oh, completely. During the Hajj itself, he performed every ritual with that same profound simplicity, expressing gratitude constantly. He was seen offering water to kids in the Haram courtyard in Mecca, straightening other pilgrims' shoes, just embodying humility.
Little acts of service.
Exactly. And in Arafat, which is a really crucial day of prayer during Hajj, he prayed for forgiveness, not just for himself, but for those who had hurt him back in that office, and prayed for closeness for those who had understood his heart. Just immense compassion, such an elevated spirit.
He really transcended the whole negative experience. So bringing this all together, what does Aslam Khan's story mean for us listening to this today? How does it resonate now?
Well, his son, Irfan Khan, the district magistrate, he later posted something powerful on social media. He said, "My father never sat on a chair, owned a big office, or wore suits, but he taught me that true greatness lies in intention, not attire." He added, "If someone looks like a beggar, first look at their heart. Perhaps they are closest to Allah." And his final words in that post were, "Only those go for Hajj whom Allah calls, not those whom humans permit." It really drives home that this isn't just about Hajj, is it? It's about how we see and value everyone.
Indeed. And Aslam Khan, back in his village, still wears his old sandals, his simple clothes, carries that old satchel. But his story now lives in, well, countless hearts. It's like a beacon of light, showing that true worth is found in our shared humanity, in self-respect and pure intention, not in what society thinks based on appearances.
Which really brings up that important question for all of us, doesn't it? In a world that's so quick to measure people by, external things, money, job titles, clothes, what truly makes someone respectable? And maybe more importantly, what mirror do our own reactions, our own judgments hold up to us?
That's the core of it. So next time you encounter someone, anyone, maybe just remember Aslam Khan's journey. Perhaps the greatest deep dive we can ever take isn't just into stories like this, but into the humanity of others, and maybe even more crucially, into the depths of our own hearts.